Hi, my name is James Flores and welcome to my channel. Here you will find plenty of organ videos, both on real pipe organs and on my digital Hauptwerk instrument here, as well as some choral music where I'm on the organ or piano accompanying and occasionally singing as part of the choir. So if you like this type of content, please hit the subscribe button so you don't miss another video from me. If you're already a follower of my channel, you would have seen one of my community posts where I announced that I attained the LTCL diploma. And the LTCL stands for Licentiate of Trinity College, London. And they are an examining body in the UK, and it's quite a popular examining body throughout the entire world. And I took the LTCL as a way for myself to grow, as well as setting myself a goal. And I thought it would be a fun idea to go through Trinity College of London's syllabus for grades 1 to 8 on the organ. And after grade 8, there are 3 diploma examinations: the ATCL, the LTCL, and the FTCL. So the ATCL is the Associate of Trinity College London, and that's equivalent to a performance standard of the first year of an undergraduate degree. The LTCL is the performance standard of the final year of a bachelor's degree, and the FTCL is the performance equivalent of a master's degree. Well, I have no plans in preparing for the FTCL, but who knows, that might be another goal of mine in the future. But anyway, let's go through the grades 1 to 8 in the Trinity organ syllabus and see how we go. So let's start off with grade 1. So I've picked one piece from every grade, and we'll just play through a little bit of them just so you can see how the progression works from each grade in terms of repertoire. That was grade 1 on the Trinity syllabus. A little bit of Bach, BWV 708. I assume that we should play that on the manuals because at grade 1 you're probably a little kid and still can't reach the pedals. So now we will go over to grade 2, BWV 558, which is actually the G minor prelude from the 8 short preludes and fugues. So I'll play a little bit of that for you now. That was the Bach Little Prelude in G minor, BWV 558. Very popular piece amongst young organists, young and old. I'm pretty sure every organist has played this in their lifetime. So we'll now move on to grade 3. A little piece by Boëllmann, a little postlude. There was another Boëllmann in there, a plaint, but it's quite quiet, so I thought, seeing as we had 2 quiet pieces in grade 1 and 2, we'll bump it up a notch for grade 3. So this is a Boëllmann Postlude for manuals. That's a nice little postlude, and great for young organists being asked to do the postlude at the end of the service. Pretty effective for just a manuals only piece. Let's move on to grade 4. Grade 4 is there's a piece from the Boëllmann, BWV 619, another very, very famous, very popular one, I should say. So I'll play that for you now. That was a Trinity grade 4 piece from the Boëllmann by Bach, BWV 619. Got myself out of a little bit of trouble there in the last line. We'll now move on to grade 5, and I've picked the second movement from Mendelssohn's Sonata number 3, the Andante tranquillo movement. Very famous piece amongst organists and organ students. I'll just play a little excerpt because it's we're getting into longer pieces as the grades go higher. That was just a little excerpt of the second movement of Mendelssohn's Third Sonata, and that is a grade 5 piece. We'll now move on to grade 6, and I've picked a piece by Alain, the Jardin suspendu. I think that translates to the suspended garden. It's a quiet piece, but it's very peculiar, and it moves quite slowly, but it's very interesting. But because it's long, I'll only play a bit of the first page for you, just so you get an idea of it. It's a very peculiar piece, and that's why I like it. And in the middle section here, we've got this theme, but it's now in the left hand, and then we have mutations going here in the right hand, and plenty and plenty of accidentals in there. That's probably what makes it difficult and at a grade 6 level. We'll now move on to grade 7, and I've picked a piece by Karg-Elert, the danket. It's a very popular piece amongst organists, and it makes for a great postlude. So I'll just play a little bit of it, and we'll see what happens. We'll now move on to grade 8, the holy grail of examinations for any instrument. And I say that's the holy grail is because usually once a student hits grade 8 and they complete it, they don't bother with the diploma examinations. But of course that's not true in all cases, and some young students, even before they finish school, do their associate and licentiate exams. And good on them. It is a very, very big achievement. It's a big jump from grade 8 to a diploma exam because you have to present a recital and playing a varied number of pieces and playing them reasonably well, and your stage presence and how you convey the music to your audience is quite a big task. So if I could offer any advice to those taking diploma exams is not everyone passes. You need to perform a lot, and given what we have now with the internet and with YouTube and Facebook, Instagram, it's so easy to record yourself and give recitals as practice. And if you just search YouTube for recital run-throughs, ATCL, LTCL, MSAs, LMSAs, there's quite a number of videos with people doing practice runs of their examinations. I do recommend you try and go for these qualifications because they're very respected, and it's a great personal achievement as well, and it means you've stuck at something and you can see it through to the end. So I'll play a little bit of this Toccata, and I'm pretty sure you've heard it before. I won't go on much more with that because I haven't practiced it. But if you do want to hear the full suite Gothique, including the Toccata and the fabulous Caen instrument at St. Etienne Abbey, it's on my channel. I'll leave a link in the video description. Very powerful piece and quite popular during Halloween. A common question I get asked is how many hours is required to get to the standard of playing that I'm at and to play the pieces that I do. To be honest, I don't know. But it's interesting that the Trinity College of London has provided a little table here of how many recommended hours would be required to sit their diploma examinations. So for the ATCL, they recommend 54 hours of lessons and 846 hours of independent learning hours, which is your practice, coming to a total of 900 hours. And of course, that 900 hours would be taken over the course of learning the instrument from when you were a child, I suppose. So I don't know what the maths is on that. You can probably work that out at home. So 900 hours to get to ATCL level. 54 hours of lessons, 846 hours of practice to achieve your associate diploma. The LTCL is basically double that, 1800 hours, 108 hours of guided learning hours, which is your lessons, 1692 hours of practice. And just for giggles, the FTCL, 134 hours of lessons, 2116 hours of independent practice, coming to a total of 2250 hours. 2250 divided by 24 hours a day, that's basically 94 days of continuous practice without sleep. Obviously that is impossible, but that's just to give you an idea of what really is required to get to that level. Of course, these are just estimates. Some people might work faster, some people might work slower, but that just gives you a rough idea of what's required. So that's it from me today. I hope you enjoyed this little video going through the organ grades 1 to 8. I just played one piece from each of the grades. If you want to learn more about the Trinity's syllabus, I'll leave a link in this video description as well. But in short, you have to play 3 pieces from their set lists and a number of other supporting tests in order to complete each grade. That's all from me, and I'll catch you in my next video. Bye for now.